Today I'm going to show you guys exactly how I took the nation of Vijayanagar, established myself as the largest nation in all of Asia, as the second greatest power throughout the world, and completed their entire mission tree before the year 1600. Okay, here we are as the mighty nation of Vijayanagar. We are a Hindu nation, so we do get to select the deity, which we will do right at the start, choosing Shakti. If you're not familiar with Vijayanagar nor their ideas, they have some really good, well-balanced ideas. They have infantry combat ability, additional advisor, and when you finish up their ideas, you get 50% more mercenary manpower, which is pretty nice. You get global trade, cav combat, stability cost, tolerance of heretics and heathens, prestige, an additional diplomat, and discipline. So as you guys can see, very well balanced. Nothing really necessarily stands out, though they do get some good military stuff, and we will be opening up with quality ideas to just enhance that just a little bit more. Some of our early rivals, we're just going to rival the nations that rivaled us, being Bengal, who is weaker than us by 24%, Bahmanas, who's our main rival, a little bit weaker than us, and Orissa. We also start out with a little bit less crownlands than most nations in EU4, so we're going to start off by seizing some land, and we are going to hand out Brahmin governance, religious diplomats, and Brahmin's education. Along with the Marathas, we're going to go ahead and do the primacy of the Marathas, cheaper advisors with them, along with increased levies. And as for our Jains, which are basically our merchant class, we're going to go with this one. It's going to give us cheaper dev and cheaper state maintenance. We're going to go indebted to the Jains and bookkeeping along with that. And the Vaishyas, which are kind of a mix of the merchant and clergy class in EU4. We're going to do cheaper advisors, patronage of the arts, levy war contributions. This one is very underrated as it gives you extra monthly. This one's very underrated as it gives you cheaper monthly war exhaustion, and it also half costs your war taxes. As for our mission tree, some of the things that we're going to have to do right away is, for one, spoils of war, get war reps from at least 3 countries. The Tamil guild, so we need to get stability, and all provinces with Tamil culture cannot have more than 2 unrest or 50% local autonomy, and we get our permanent claims. And this mission here is straight up attacking Bahmanas, getting our cores that we have on them under our control, and it will then give us permanent claims to expand into central India. I'm thinking I'm also going to go ahead and focus on Mill at the start here, because obviously we want to dominate our biggest rival of Bahmanas, so we can, just knock them out and not have to worry about them later on. Speaking of going to war with Bahmanas, they have no allies at the start, so we are going to go ahead, plunge ourselves into a war against them, take our 3 cores, take all their money, and get war reps from them. As we do outnumber them, I did also hire the Grand Company, which I will use to siege down certain forts and whatnot. Alright, we did just take this fort up here in Mugdal. We're going to go ahead, save our capital from the Bahmanis over here. We should potentially get a stack wipe as we do outnumber them. Yep. Sure enough, stack wipe 10,000 of them. These guys are locked. We're going to try and stack wipe them. Don't know if we necessarily will. It is farmlands, but we are going to get a crossing penalty. Not a stack wipe, but we did do a lot of damage, and we'll just clean up these extra armies over here. This is going to be a bit of a closer battle. We are going to be attacking them in the hills over the river, but we outnumber them, and yeah, that was a good battle for us. I got this event where the Tamil people, who do make up about the majority of our country, our empire here, I could either recruit a really good general from them, a 3-4-4, or I could get this, which I don't know why you would do this, giving you Tamil Grandi, giving you a monthly autonomy change to the end of the game, and a bunch of autonomy in all these provinces, or lose stability and deal with a bunch of separatists. Really, I feel like the bottom option or the top option are the best. We're going to go with this top one though. And as for the Bahmanis over here, we are just going to take our 3 provinces right now, along with war reps. We're going to humiliate them and take as much money as possible. And like that, we have already completed our very first mission, giving us extra mill power and a bunch of permanent claims on both Bahmanas and their subject over here. Now we're going to go ahead and chill as we kind of prep up for our next war, which I'm thinking is going to be against Gujarat, as we're going to try and get some more war reps, and we will do the same thing against Mysore. Even though we do get permanent claims on them later, I'm just going to do this so we can get war reps on them. So again, another event dealing with the Tamil people in our empire. We can either give them a bunch of autonomy and we get additional goods produced, and these provinces get monthly autonomy change for the next 10 years, or we can tighten up the leash. I don't know if this means that we're going to get a rebellion. I can't see that far, as you guys can see, but I'm going to choose this option. And all it led to was us actually losing stability. Okay, and we are going to go ahead and attack the nation of Mysore. We're going to get war reps from them and their pal Orissa. I was originally going to attack Gujarat, but they're looking a little bit stronger than what I'd like. So yeah, we'll just do this war. Okay, and we could get Orissa out of here, getting war reps, all their money. War reps being the most important thing. And same thing with Mysore. I just want their war reps. That's all I need, along with money. Pay off a few loans. And now we can complete this mission, Spoils of War, giving us extra dev costs for the next 20 years. And then from there, we just have to make our capital size 24 in terms of development, which is perfect because Renaissance is about to happen at any time. As you guys can see, we also have a monument in our capital known as Hampi. All provinces in the area get extra monthly devastation -1. We get prestige, religious unity, and all estates loyalty equilibrium up by 15% when we complete this entire monument. Some of the other great projects in our area, I think we have, a couple. The Chola temples, where we get missionary strength, culture conversion costs, and more loyalty from our Brahmins. And the statues here are giving us local unrest and a bunch of tolerance towards heretics, heathens, and even some Diplo rep. And what we're going to do right now is we're just going to chill until our truce with Bahmanas ends in 59, or until I could complete this mission, which then gives me all my permanent claims on these states down here. Which I just provoked a revolt, and I apparently just completed this mission, and now I have a bunch of permanent claims on Mysore, who I just attacked and I was kind of stupid about now. But I could actually attack Gujarat. I think this is a province. No, we don't have permanent claims, we just have a claim. But yeah, at some point we'll attack Mysore. So yeah, it looks like we're just going to be waiting until our truce with Bahmanas is over before we expand into anybody else. Okay, so something actually really nice just happened where this nation took over Mysore. So now I'm going to go ahead and take these two provinces away from them, and that's going to give me even more permanent claims here on the entire coastline over here. I'm just going to use my mercenary army and just keep my main army drilling because I don't want to waste my actual manpower. And remember that general that we got from an event? Yeah, we just now had a giant revolt, and apparently he's going to die, and we're going to get a bunch of pretender rebels in one of these provinces down here somewhere. So yeah, we're going to lose stab. Our general's going to die, and now we have rebels to deal with. Lovely. In this war, I am going to full annex these guys because after we take these two provinces, we do get permanent claims on the entire Malabar coastline. So kind of get it a head start. So now that we own that, we're going to complete this, restore rule over Mysore, get our permanent claims on everything down here, and we'll attack this rebel army, and then we'll get right back into beating these guys' butts. And because I'm a madman, we're just going to attack everybody down here right away. So I gotta wait till my diplomat's back, and we'll go ahead and invade Venad, take the new mill tech, pay the extra penalty because that's okay, get the new units, stack wipe them, and we'll be good to go. Alright, as you guys probably noticed, I did not take over the nation of Cochin, and that's because they're allied to Bahmanas, so I'm gonna wait until I actually go to war with Bahmanas before I full annex them. But in the meantime, I will go ahead and annex my subject here, as that's gonna be like, it's gonna be within months. And that's going to give us permanent claims on Kote here, and we'll go ahead and secure this island. For our tier 2 government reform, we're going to go with the Empowered Polygars. This is going to give us even cheaper dev costs and even better infantry combat ability, giving us 20% overall initially, and then yeah, we're going to be taking quality, so we're going to have 30%. Okay, I was ahead in mill by like a lot, so I dev this up to 12. And now we have 24 development, allowing me to complete this mission, giving us cheaper construction costs for the next 20 years and 20 prestige. Alright, we are going to go ahead and attack Bahmanas. I'm going to call on Andhra, and we're going to full annex this nation of Cochin down here, so we'll co-belligerent them. and this will also call on Bengal, which I am not excited to fight. And we got 2 early stack wipes on Bahmanas. We wiped out 20,000 of their guys, so and they have no manpower, so I'm assuming they're gonna murk up really hard soon. So Bahmanas actually took the capital of Andhra and made them peace out, broke their alliance with me. Actually works out in my favor because now I could take the this province right here. Man, I could go to war with Orissa a little bit faster. Alright, and luckily for me, my ally Mawar actually grew a pair and decided they're going to help me out in this war against Bahmanas and Bengal. Honestly, as long as they could deal with Bengal, I could deal with Bahmanas, no problem. And now Malwa actually attacked Bahmanas, and that's because Bengal refused to join. Ah, man, I think after we win this naval battle, yeah, we're not able to piece them out just yet, but we'll get there with them. And because I took out Bahmana's 1 province ally over here in Cochin, we can now complete secure the Malabar coast, giving us 20% goods produced for the next 20 years. And next, all we have to do is conquer Andhra and these provinces in Orissa, and morale armies for the next 10, and then we're focusing on trade. Alright, our truce with Andhra's over, and since I'm still waiting for Malwa to get out of this war so I can take the other 2 provinces I need, we're going to do this war super fast and full annex them, and then hopefully, maybe, just maybe, we could attack Orissa afterwards. And sure enough, Malwa took the province I need. Oh, okay. Yeah, so we're just going to take this. I don't think I have a claim on that province. Man, that's such a jerk move. Like, they literally went around to take that 1 province I needed. But yeah, we'll do this. Only Bahmanas would really care. And I don't think that allows me to complete a mission because now I'm going to have to go ahead and attack Malwa. Which of course I'm going to do right away. As I mentioned earlier, we are going to go with quality ideas as our opener. So now we have 30% infantry combat ability. Not too shabby. Okay, I'm just going to take the 1 province I need. I'm going to make Malwa break their alliance with Bengal, and I'm going to take a bunch of their money. So now I can complete this mission, giving me the imperial capital happens, and I get a bunch of permanent claims. So now I can make Badar into my new capital, and it gets a bunch of development, or I could just have my main capital have a bunch of dev. Which honestly, we're just going to go ahead and keep our capital right where it's at, because I mean, it's the heart of our empire. Our empire is literally named after that one city. And now Gujarat's attacking Malwa. Man, Gujarat just seems to just come in and just clean up all my mess with like Bahmanas and now Malwa. They're the sweeper upper. And now Malwa's really dying off as they're getting attacked from literally all sides by Gujarat, Sindh, Jaunpur, and Orissa. Oh man, they're getting partitioned harder than Poland. And yeah, this is what Malwa's been reduced down to. Luckily, you know, we have a bunch of claims on all these nations over here. And when we eventually go to war with Orissa, we're going to be able to take a lot more than what we originally planned on. Same thing with Gujarat. If anything, honestly, I could probably attack Gujarat a little bit faster than what I planned on also. Especially because our AE is really not that bad. Alright, let's go ahead and attack the nation of Gujarat with the aid of Mawar. Shouldn't be that bad, especially because Gujarat's pretty much out of manpower. For a tier 3 government reform, I'm going to go with decentralized bureaucracy for once because I want to get that max promoted cultures, and we're going to have actually a decent amount of territories as we expand throughout this game. And all I have to do now is just promote one more culture. We'll just do Tamil. And where's it at? Oh, this one. I need one more temple. We could complete that mission. And we can apparently complete this mission, protect giant communities, because giant influence is greater than 50, influence is lower than 100, their loyalty is 60 or above, and they have 2 privileges. So we get 50 admin and 10% loyalty equilibrium for the next 40 years. In the final mission, this tree, we just have to get our Brahmins' influence up and their loyalty up as well. I'm also going to make a quick pit stop in both of these 1 province minor nations. We're already at war with Multan, so this will be a little bit faster and a little bit easier to do, as we just have to siege down these 2 provinces. And sure enough, we got our Brahmin loyalty above 60 and their influence above 50. So now we get an event. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it, but the temple complex happens. And we get prestige and legitimacy till the end of the game in a specific province. And monthly autonomy change. I don't know if that's really like a good trade-off, to be honest with you. Now we're just down to the conquest, main meat of our tree. As for this war with Gujarat, we're going to take all of this and immediately annex both of these nations here. And coalition-wise, yeah, nobody really cares. But boom, good amount of expanding, and we will be attacking Orissa next once we core everything and once I get my manpower up a little bit to reorganize my army, because I could have a lot more troops. Our truce with Manas is over, so we're going to go ahead full annex our former rival. A nation that at the very start seemed to be the biggest threat, but they're diminished now down to 4 provinces and are really nothing to handle. Alright, we're gaining our ally Jaunpur to break their alliance with Orissa. And now we are going to go ahead and launch our own conquest of them, taking a bunch of land. I think Mawar, yeah, they don't want anything from them. But yeah, we have quite a few things to conquer from them that's going to complete 2 missions. So let's call them Mawar and let's get right to it. Alright, in this war with Orissa, we're just going to take these 3 provinces and these 2 down here. All we're allowed to pretty much take due to the confines of our mission tree, so we'll do that. Perfect. Okay, after kicking Orissa's butt in that war, we were able to complete the Conquer Andhra mission, which gives us extra morale of armies for the next 20 years. And this mission giving us extra cavalry combat ability plus 15 for the next 20 years. And as for the South Indian Trade Node mission, we are by far the strongest trade power here in Coromandel with 78% trade power. And we also have a level 3 center of trade in this province here, so we could complete this. We get the Pulakat for the next 10 years, giving us extra trade power in that province. And finally, we can complete City of Victory because we have at least 50 prestige, 90 legitimacy, and our capital has no devastation. So we get City of Victory along with permanent claims in Lower Yemen area. That's right. We're going to be expanding over here into the Middle East a little bit, and also on Orissa. So we get this. We actually become an empire. Our capital gets City of Victory till the end of the game, giving a cheaper dev cost and prestige. So now we are on to conquering Orissa down this way, working our way towards Indonesia, and with this mission, working our way into Africa. Alright, I did dev up for the Renaissance, so we're going to go ahead and embrace that. Get caught up in tech as much as possible. And our second idea group, I really don't know. Honestly, kind of thinking we do something like trade, because a lot of our missions require us to do stuff with trade. And hopefully we can get down to this one, the Chola conquest, relatively fast. And I'll take expansion ideas as we're going to have to colonize some of the stuff in the Malay region over here, all these little islands. So yeah, I'm going to have to kind of rush that down. Alright, we are going to go ahead, try and attack Aden over here. They are allied to both Mahra and Adal and Marahan, but don't think this should really be a problem. We are only going to be taking 2 provinces from them, and then we're going to have to attack Yemen right after for 1 more province. I just like to think that, you're just one of the people, you're a Swahili person living a relatively peaceful life over here. And out of nowhere, just a bunch of Indian people from this unknown, like this land across the ocean, just decide to show up and start pillaging your lands and taking your forts and all that stuff. Just trying to imagine that, just like from the perspective of the people in the doll, just randomly these people from across the ocean just decide one day that they're just gonna go ahead and invade you. And all I'm doing is taking these 2 provinces, so my diplomat gets back. Boom. Provinces we have claims on. I just have to take 1 more province, and that's going to be here in Yemen. Okay, so now we can complete this mission, giving us even more trade power over here. Now I need to complete this one, dominate trade in Aden. We need to have, we just need to be the strongest trade power here. Which, I mean, our percentage will go up after we build some more trade ships and we turn this into a trade company. But then we are down to Inner Africa, where we have to own 3 provinces down here. So we're already almost done with this portion. It's, just turned to 1500 now. And in 3 years, we are going to be invading Orissa and going on to attack Bengal, and we're going to get our permanent claims here. So yeah, next idea group, we're definitely taking expansion right away. And apparently I completed this mission, which is perfect, so I'm just done to the conquest missions. When I get to this one here, I have to take 5 provinces that have a trade station or are owned by a company. Alright, now it's time for us to go ahead and attack Bengal. We're going to call on both of our allies to just completely whoop these guys. Alright, this war, I'm just going to take the provinces I need. I'm not even going to take their money. We stack wiped them, so they have no troops, no manpower. They are very weak now. But now I can complete this mission, Conquer Orissa, giving me permanent claims down here in Malaya, specifically Ayutthaya. Which is perfect because they're starting to break away from Ming anyways. And we also got some additional claims over here in Bengal, which we will come back for in 1517. Alright, it's time to go ahead and attack Ayutthaya. I did ally both Dai Viet and Ava. And this is going to be fun. I got to do some naval invasions over here, but I think we can do it. Alright, we're going to take something like this along with all their money. This is the area I actually have claims on, but taking this area immediately gives me permanent claims on the Malaya region, and this is all part of the Malaya region, so boom. Vijayanagar, Malaya. We're going to complete this mission, giving us even more naval tradition, and now we have permanent claims all across Malaya. So obviously we're going to use this as a staging ground to just go ahead and conquer as much of Malaya as possible. But I'm thinking next step is we're going to sit for a little bit. We're going to come back to this after we beat up Bengal. Alright, let's go ahead and attack Bengal on all the boys. And let's steamroll. And we are in the Age of Reformation. I haven't completed any of these bonuses. I probably should have started my golden era like the last day, but honestly it's fine. And this war with Bengal, we're just going to take everything we have claims on, and that's that. I think we'll only have to do one more war against Bengal, and that is it. Because later on we get claims against Arakan and Pegu, so it's probably going to have to do one more war against them and Ayutthaya. Third idea group time, we're going to go with expansion so we can colonize these islands in the Malayan region. Alright, it's finally time we start going to war in Indonesia, so we're going to go ahead and attack the nation of Kedah. It's going to call Malacca and Delhi. Oh, we're going to break up a lot of these alliances between these two nations. Alright, with Malacca, I'm going to make them break their alliances, release out Siak, and give us some money. As for Mr. Delhi here, we're just going to make him release out Palembang. We're just going to take money and make them break all their alliances. As for Kedah, who we're actually at war with, we're going to full annex them. So what I actually discovered is I can pretty much vassalize all these nations over here, like Siak, Jambi, these 3 nations right here, even Palembang. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And we're going to just vassal swarm the crap out of whoever's left over here, and we're just going to peacefully integrate these nations. The only thing I'm trying to figure out is how the heck am I going to get this island relatively fast, because I don't want to fight a European power for the stupid island. After embracing colonialism, we are now the 2nd greatest power in the world, right below the Ottomans and just barely ahead of Great Britain. And I noticed some shade of blue here, so that means Portugal's finally colonizing there. And I'm going to have to take my colonists out of this province here and colonize these last 2 so Portugal doesn't get any more islands. And like that, I pretty much Diplo conquered Malaya, the region. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and attack Pasai, who has no allies. I'm just going to let my vassals do all the work for me. And we'll go ahead and attack Malacca in about 9 years. I just completed divert trade from Bengal, and we gained 100 Diplo points. And a bunch of our trade centers just leveled up +1. So that's actually a really good mission. And as you guys can see, Coromandel is almost up to 30 ducats in total trade value. We're pushing a decent amount of money out of Bengal and over here in the Deccan trade nodes. Overall, if it wasn't for my super expensive colonial maintenance, we are making a lot of money typically. I'm making almost about 50 ducats a month. But yeah, no, this colonial maintenance is a bit insane, but that's what I need to do to keep the Europeans out of my Malaya. And I did just use my golden era now, because realistically, we're getting very close to just finishing up this mission tree. It's pretty much just down to Malaya and conquering a couple provinces down here in Africa. Alright, now begins our integration in a lot of our Indonesian vassals, and we are going to be attacking Malacca later this year. Alright, and here goes Malacca. We're going to get Palembang their couple cores back, and yeah, we pretty much have conquered all of Malaya aside from this one island over here. But yeah, perfect timing as we're going to go ahead and start integrating all these nations. Would you look at that? A wild Nubia actually formed in my game. That's actually really cool. I could just straight up threaten war with Kilwa for Zanzibar. Nice. Give me that island. For tier 6 government reform, we're going to go with aristocratic court for the extra diplo rep. Oh, would you look at that? I can finally see ugly Europe, which, you know, we have two Sicilies over here. We got the Venetians really dominating Italy. We have a Picardy. East Frisia is doing really good. Great Britain, pretty freaking solid. Austria apparently inherited Burgundy. And Muscovy never formed Russia. So, yeah, it's all looking like Ottomans over there. Morocco's looking pretty dominant. And Portugal's allied to Great Britain, Castile, and Ethiopia. And I really need that one freaking province from them, which is this one right here. And Diego Garcia. So I'm curious. I don't think I will be able to, but you never know. I wonder if I'd be able to bully the Portuguese into giving me that province, which definitely not. We'll have to actually fight the Portuguese for that stupid island. Realistically, for me to win this war, I'm going to have to like full occupy Ethiopia just so I could get more than 10% war score for this one island. Which it's only 2 war score that I really need for it. That's horrible. This stupid big war for that one little island, it's 2 war score. Oh my god. Okay, so I've colonized all the provinces I need. So I'm actually going to drop expansion ideas. I don't need them anymore. And instead, I'm thinking we're going to pick up, I guess we could do admin ideas. And there we go, because we beat up on Ethiopia and got 29 war score off of occupying Ethiopia. Now I can take this one little island that I need and 67 ducats. Teach Ethiopia for getting involved in my business. And to complete this, oh my goodness, I didn't realize I needed to occupy this island too. Alright, I'm thinking we go ahead and attack Kilwa, they're allied to Agadir. So that's me to take the 2 provinces I need to complete a mission. Should be fast. We're way ahead of them in terms of tech. Alright, so in this war with Kilwa, I'm just going to take the provinces that I have claims on with Mombasa. And in the next mission, it has some weird wording, but I'm pretty sure I need to own these provinces in Quelimane. And I took this originally because I was just going to connect these lands because I need to own at least 5 provinces over here in East Africa. But yeah, we'll just rock with this. That means I can complete this mission. And 5 provinces need trade stations. Any own province in African region is a company warehouse or company depot. And yeah, these all need to be in a trade company. So let's go ahead and do exactly that right now. Alright, we're going to do another war against Portugal and their friend Ethiopia. We have to take both the Christmas Island and the Cocoa Island. I'm assuming this one's Cocoa Island? I don't know. That's the only one I can really see, but that's the one we're going to be going for. And that's Christmas Island, of course, so I'm not going to get any war score from that. But again, we're going to focus everything into Ethiopia and getting all of our war score from there. What I'm going to end up doing is actually dropping admin ideas. We're going to pick up exploration ideas so I can find this darn island and start taking war score. And finally, we can make peace with the Portuguese for these 2 stupid islands. And yes, thank God, that is it. Now we can finish up our, we complete that side of the mission tree, but obviously we're going to take the rest of this land. So we're going to start prepping up for a war against Ayutthaya to fully connect our territory. Which actually Ayutthaya would just accept a threatened war. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Just threaten war, take the province we need from them. And we'll be attacking their subject, the Pegu, very shortly. With Pegu, we're just taking pretty much their entire coastline and a decent amount of money from them. Now we have to fight Bengal for 1 province. Lovely. There we go, I can take my 1 province from Bengal. And that is excellent name placement, actually. I really like that. But even more importantly, what I like is I can actually walk from one end of my nation to the next. And finally, we integrate all of our subjects, so this is what our empire looks like right now. Again, just waiting on this last mission to do. I have to just become the strongest trade power and build 5 trade stations, it looks like. Alright, so I'm going to attack Kilwa. I have to own more provinces over here that I could build a trade station in. And the provinces I do own, guess what? I can't really build that many trade stations. So, yeah, we are going to go ahead and attack Kilwa now. So, boom. Here we go. We have Vijayanagari, East Africa. So, I know it's not totally in my mission tree, but I mean, the way that mission's worded is, or at least shown, is not the best. It's giving me kind of a headache trying to figure out how this one works. Alright, finally, after building 5 trade stations, we can complete our mission and get additional 15% trade efficiency for the next 20 years. Alright, and with that mission completed, that completes the entire Vijayanagar mission tree, and this is basically how your empire would look if you were to play the game up to Paradox's vision for this nation. If you want to see more mission tree only series and would like to see me play more in India, how about you check out this Mughals video over here? Or you can also check out one of my favorite nations in all of EU4, and that is Orissa, who is actually my favorite nation in all of India.